Jag ska inte låta så här när jag sätter mig, antar jag.
Jesus.
My name is Nicklas Bergfeldt, and I'm the original developer of ProVide server.
It began in 1997 at the University of Cuevta. A young student, driven by curiosity, set out to solve a challenging technical problem.
I wanted to write some kind of advanced storage system where you could merge several sources into one. Back then, the storage areas weren't that accessible as they are now. So, yeah, it would be good to merge like K:, C:, and F:, into one big storage area. And once you start, there's no turning back.
Storage was limited. Challenges were everywhere. But instead of giving up, he was inspired. After many nights of coding, fueled by coffee and determination, SFTP server came to life, a tool that made transferring files simple.
Our computer group name back then was Zone 51. And you might ask where that name come from. Well, we thought that we need a cool name. And, well, what's the name of that cool area where they have all these nifty alien things and so on? Yeah, isn't that Zone 51? Yeah. Then we call ourselves Zone 51.
As a student, he took on problems most people avoided. He even figured out how to run a server without a fixed IP, a breakthrough that later supported millions of file transfers. There was no business plan, no strategy, just passion, curiosity, and a refusal to give up. Then, one day, a letter arrived.
From the start, there were no idea of making this like a public software that's going to be bought online and so on. It was just a fun thing to do, algorithms, exploring, cool stuff, merging security access and so on. Once I realized that this can actually be useful for other people and companies, I started to just give it away. I started as a donationware. And the funny thing is that I actually got a donation as a check from a company in the UK. They thought that this is so good, we need to donate something. And I mean, I handed in the check to the bank, and the fee for like getting some money from it was almost half of the donation, but it was fun.
A small gesture that proved someone out there believed in his work. Soon after, SFTP server won Dator magazine's national software competition. Suddenly, this tiny student project from Cuevta had everyone's attention.
Starting out with the server at home, I mean, it was one of the challenges was to make a good automatic update. So, of course, I looked at Microsoft, and back then all of the antivirus software did some kind of updating mechanism, and I thought that would be fun to implement as well. So I did, and one thing I learned was that you don't want to do that at a particular time, because once midnight hit, it was a Friday evening, we were all at home playing games, and like 1,000 of computers from the internet connected at the same time to my home computer network, and I simply DDoSed myself. Yeah, well, shit happens.
An unexpected victory, and a sign it was time to grow. By 2006, that early project had grown into a company, today known as Farsight, with its founder as the architect and visionary behind the server, supported by a growing team.
We came from academic background, and I mean, me and Andreas, we were quite tired of solving imaginary problems with imaginary solutions, coming up with some kind of imaginary hypothesis. I mean, it started to get boring. We wanted to solve real things for real people, and they actually get happy in the real world when you solve things for them. In the academic world, it's just, why didn't you try this one? couldn't this have been a bit better? Well, maybe. This solves the problem.
He kept pushing forward, adding SFTP, TFTP, and early sharing and collaboration features long before cloud sharing became standard. New challenges arrived, rewriting code for modern systems, keeping up with evolving standards, and moving beyond the limits of a traditional FTP server.
For me, being adaptable isn't about always chasing the latest trends and the newest programming languages. You need to choose among things and focus on the things that really matters. I mean, you need to upgrade this particular algorithm to the latest one, or might that just introduce extra problems along the way? So some things you need to stay ahead of, like security threats, and some things you shouldn't really advance too much, because it might just introduce more problems.
As the product evolved, it needed a name that reflected its mission and true purpose of his work. It is to provide what others had yet to imagine.
The entire company gathered, and we had a brainstorming session where we could try out, any name. Many things popped out, both good and bad, of course. But there were one coworker that suggested something with ProVide, and it was like everything just fit. Because, looking back now, that's exactly what the product is. It provides files, it provides security, it provides things that can make you go forward. That feels really good.
From ZFTP server to ProVide server, the shift was more than a rebrand. It was a promise to provide secure and future-ready file transfer solutions. And the journey didn't stop there.
We had a customer that needed to strengthen their security even more. Sure, ProVide server is really, really secure as it is, but if you have the requirement from, there are a couple of levels of HEAP-A, FIPS, and so on that requires you to have a reverse proxy in front of your regular server. This is like the demilitarized zone where nothing is stored. No information is stored there, no configurations are stored there. It's just a landing place for communication to be. And we had a customer that actually required that. And that's why we developed ProVide Gateway to solve that problem for that customer. And of course, we realized that, hey, this is a good thing. So we continued developing it.
ProVide Gateway was created because customers needed it. They built it, just like they promised. From a university basement to organizations around the world, ProVide now protects data where security cannot fail. To those who questioned his idea, who said, if this was needed, someone would have built it already, he proved them wrong. He believed. He endured. Today, ProVide supports millions of users in over 110 countries, protecting critical industries, from banks and schools to hospitals, manufacturing, and defense.
When I look back, I'm proud we survived. There have been quite a few challenges. If I could tell my younger self something, it would be to endure. It is worth it. Sure, there's been a bunch of rocks and even mountains on the road, things that needed to be struggled through and so on, but it's been a very, very interesting, challenging, and fun ride.